I think if you're buying a boat, you certainly should get it surveyed. There's potentially an awful lot of things that could have happened to a boat in its previous ownership that could be well disguised. So we would always recommend to have a boat surveyed before you purchased it. No, I think if they have any concerns about what they're covered for, or if they're going on a particular trip, whether that's covered within their cruising range, insurers love to hear from their customers to make sure that they have the right level of cover. Claims that should be avoidable. I think one of the biggest things that is avoidable is people laying their boat up in the winter, probably leaving it, whether it's afloat or even ashore, and not returning it till the spring when the sun comes out, and expecting it to be all there ready for use without any problems. Certainly boats that are left afloat, on smaller boats, rain can gather, snow can gather, water can get in the bilges. So there's quite a lot of things, and just by either getting someone else to keep an eye on it or keeping the odd check on it yourself over the winter period can save a lot of heartache when you actually want to use it in the summer. I think if you were new coming into the market with no experience, I think the first thing you need to do is look at your budget of what you can afford. There's lots of brokers out there who can advise you on what sort of boats, whether you want to buy a new boat or a second-hand boat, whether it's a motor boat or a sailing yacht. I think the other things to look at is experience. Certainly on some high-powered craft you really do need to get some experience, not necessarily qualifications, but certainly get someone to take you out, show you the ropes. You can see how these boats operate. With sailing yachts, obviously if you're going to venture further afield you need to learn about navigation. I think you need to think about where you're going to keep the boat. If it's a smaller boat you could potentially keep it ashore, you keep it in a marina or on a slightly cheaper swinging mooring somewhere. There's a huge amount to think of. I think surveying the boat, as we've already mentioned, is important, and clearly making sure it's well covered in case you do have an accident, making sure you get the right insurance protection.